Hey guys, so I want to show you guys how to like literally revolutionize your world when you're working with buyers. And that's how to set them up on an automatic search for properties, okay? So that you don't consistently have to be looking for stuff. You can actually figure out the buyer's criteria and then input it into the system and have the system automatically send them properties that fit that criteria. And whenever new properties pop up, it'll automatically send your clients an email. So you don't have to be worried about that. You set it up once and it starts sending your clients properties. As soon as a new one pops up, it sends them that one, and so on and so forth. If there's a price drop, it lets them know about that. Things like that. So this is going to change your world. So some of you new guys who have been doing this manually, this is going to be great for you. Okay. So first things first, we're going to go to your main screen where you have all your tools in the MLS. Okay. I like to go to this screen first, MFR Login. Okay. That's mfrlogin.com. Okay. You see it right here. Okay. So we're going to go right in there. That's going to bring you to the screen. You got to log in here. So let me log in, put my password in here, and it's going to take me to basically my dashboard of tools where you'll be able to see everything that you have access to. Okay. So it's a little slow. So let's let that load up. Fantastic. So here we have all the tools that we use. You know, you have your Matrix, which is MLS. You have IMAP, which I use all the time. You have Transaction Desk. Everything is here, okay? But the main thing we're going to be using today will be Matrix so that we can set people up on searches, okay? So let's click on Matrix and go to the MLS. Okay, so now I'm in the MLS. So your client wants a property. You sat down with somebody and actually asked them 300 questions about everything they want, and you've narrowed down their location, what kind of home they want. They want a pool, things they want to be near. And this is all stuff that we'll teach you on how to interview somebody to make sure that you can narrow these things down. I'm going to do a very general search for a random property just so you can see the mechanics of how to set people up on this. So first things first, we're going to go to a search just like you would search for traditional property. Let's go residential. Let's go detail. As you can see, you can search for all different types of properties. So if somebody wants vacant land, here's a vacant land search. Somebody wants a commercial property, here's a commercial property search. If somebody wants to, like, you don't really know where it's going to fall under and you just want to do like an overall like search of all properties, you can actually do what they call a cross property search. This will search for any kind of property that fits the description, okay? But today, and most likely what you will always use is residential detail, okay? Residential detail. So we go in here and it brings us up to our criteria page. We'll kind of attack this in 3 columns. Here's the left column, here's the middle column, and here's the right column, okay? So depending on what your client wants, you're gonna fill in the criteria that they're looking for, okay? So you'll see automatically here it's checked active. So it's only looking for active properties, okay? If for some reason a client tells you a property to look up and that property doesn't show up, there's a good chance that property has gone pending. So if somebody's like, oh, I saw something on Zillow, it's 123 Main Street, and you're like, dang, I can't find this property, go ahead and click pending, and there's a good chance that property is already under contract and it wasn't showing up because it's active. Right now, let's just look at active properties. Okay, so you're searching for active properties for your client. Okay, on the left-hand side here, you don't have to put much in here. One thing I will alert you to is special sales provisions. Here, this is what this means is these are all different situations that could be going on with the property. The property could be under auction, a bank-owned property, short sales. What you need to know about short sales or bank-owned property or foreclosures, auctions, all these are properties that are usually in distress. Usually have to jump through a few hoops to get these properties. So if you're dealing with a traditional client that's like, hey, I want to like buy a house right now, sometimes what you might want to do is just go ahead and click none. When you click none, you'll only get properties that are selling traditionally. They won't have any issues, short sales or foreclosures or anything. So if you want to eliminate those type of properties, just click none and you'll only get traditional sales, okay? Then you move down here and you can put property style. So obviously, you'll be talking to your client, you know, are they looking for a condo, or looking for single family residence, or looking for a townhome? In this particular example, I'm just gonna say they're looking for a traditional home, a single family residence, okay? So I'll click that. Okay, now, just know that there's multiple criteria all over this page. I'm gonna keep it very simple. And for the most part, in your initial searches, you should do the main criteria and not get too cute with trying to narrow little things down because you might not give yourself enough options. I always like to do a broader search first and see how many properties I get. And then if I get a ton of properties, then I can narrow it down a little bit more. Just so you know, some agents aren't really good at inputting listings. So, if you start getting into some of this granular, criteria like, carports and things like that, you might exclude properties that you want in just simply because an agent didn't put these things in correctly in the MLS. So keep it general at first just so you can see what's out there, okay? The middle section here is location, okay? So location, you can do things a couple different ways, okay? You could do it by county, you could do it by zip code, you could do it by city. I use the map function a lot. You could do this map search right here, or you can reach the map up here. And so when I'm talking to a client and they say, I usually ask them the things that they want to be near, right? Hey, do you want to be near your kid's school? Do you want to be near work? Do you want to be near your gym? Whatever the case may be. So rather than just go by county or by zip code or by city, because for instance, Orlando is a big place. Somebody's like, oh, Orlando. Well, Orlando's freaking huge. So, if you're going to make things easy for yourself and actually easy for your client, because your client's going to get frustrated if you're going all over Orlando, you got to ask enough questions to narrow things down. So when I narrow things down, if I click on this map function here, I can actually go to the map and just draw an area that I think is kind of where they want to be, right? So for instance, if somebody says, they want to be close to downtown Orlando, okay? So let's keep it simple. So I know downtown Orlando zip code is 32801. You see this tool right here that says jump to address? You can put an address or a zip code or anything, and then it'll zoom into that place in the map, okay? So it'll make things easy for you. Or if they say, hey, I want to be close to, my work, and they give you the address to the work, you can put the address here to the work, and the map will jump to that place. So right now, I'm just going to put 32801 because I know that's the downtown zip code. I press enter, and boom, now it's got me around downtown. And all these little green houses are all active properties for sale downtown. Okay, so they might say, hey, Bobby, I want a property here in the downtown area. And, I might ask them, well, are you considering South Downtown as well? And they're like, oh, we'd be open to that. And I'm like, okay, do you want to cross over Colonial? No, I don't want to be on that side of Colonial. I want to be more on this side of Colonial. Okay, well, that's cool. So what I can do is, in this particular case, I can take these shapes up here. And if it's a simple like square shape like this would be, I could use this square shape. If I could use a radius to draw a radius around, so I'll show you with the square shape. So with a square shape, I could go like this and just say, oh, I just want to look at the homes in this area here. And boom, it's going to narrow down all these homes in this area, okay? I can delete that shape, and then I could say, no, I want a radius, they want to be, 5 miles from their work or something, or a mile from their work, and their work is right here by Lake Eola. Well, I could do a radius here and actually extend the circle like this and say, okay, here's, 2 miles from their work right here. Boom. And I'll narrow this down. Or you can also use this, little polygon shape. So let's say somebody's like, I just want this particular neighborhood. Let's say this is a neighborhood right here, and it's like an odd shaped neighborhood. Well, then I can go click. I can click on it and then drag the line. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. So I can click on the polygon shape, click the line, or not. Hold on. Let's go back to the polygon shape. Okay, there you go. Click. And then every time I want to change the points, I click again, click again, click again, click again, and I get back to the starting point, and boom, now I've completed that shape, and it's only going to give me the properties in that shape. So let's go back to our original example here, and let's say they want to go see everything in this downtown area into South Downtown. So I'm going to go ahead and click here, and I'm going to just take this section here. Okay. So now we got all these properties in the square that it's going to narrow down. Okay. So now it's going to show me, it should narrow this down. Hold on. Do this again. Okay, so now we're taking all these properties here, okay? So now we go back to the criteria page because we didn't go to the left side because we didn't put, the right side, and we didn't put the beds and baths in here. So let's go ahead and put beds and baths. Let's say they want 3 bedrooms or more. If it's or more, it's 3 plus. If you only put 3 bedrooms, it'll only give you 3 bedroom homes. If you put 3 plus, it'll give you 3 bedrooms, 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom plus. Okay, then we got total bathrooms. Let's go ahead and put 2 plus in total bathrooms. Okay, so now we're looking for 3 twos. This is going to start narrowing down our criteria, and then obviously we've got our price. So let's do, it's downtown, so let's just do 450 and below, right? You want to do 450,000 and below, it's 450 minus. Okay, so that gives everything below that. So notice here that's already giving you the thousands here, so you don't have to put 450,000, just put 450 minus, and boom, it's giving me everything 450. Let's see. You can see down here in the bottom left, I've got 30 matches. And if I go to the results here, it'll show me those 30 matches, okay? Let's go back to that map so you can see what it looks like visually. Now it's cut down the properties that were in that square because I just narrowed down the criteria, okay? So we've got that. Depending on what you need, if you know the square footage they want, if you know certain things, if they want a pool, they want a private pool, you can put a pool. In this particular example, I'm gonna keep it very general. I've got I'm looking for active properties. I'm looking for traditional sales here. I already got my map area in downtown and south downtown. I got $450,000 below, 3 bedroom, 2 baths or more. Okay, so I can go to my results here, and boom, here's all the properties that it's giving me. Now, so it's giving you these properties. What I like to do, I do like to look through these and find the ones that that I think from what I've heard my clients say. I usually go through these and pick a few that I like and say the reason that I like them based on the things they told me. So I might say, hey, I really like 123 Main Street. It has a fireplace like you wanted and a great grilling area in the backyard. Because I know you like to host events or whatever, So I do look for these through my clients because I want to add a lot of value. So the whole point of this video is because I want to make this easy on you. So, okay, you've already done all this criteria. How do you save this so you can go back to this search again? So you go to this little save down here on the bottom, press save and go new save search. Okay, and you can put in this search and you can name it whatever you want. I had one in there, rentals in Sarasota. You could do, single family south, or downtown. Let's keep it simple, right? And then it's going to ask you to put in a contact. I'm going to put in, myself if I'm in here somewhere. Okay, but if it's a new contact for you, you go ahead and create a new contact and you put their information in here so that that search is tied to that person. And now it knows, hey, this is a search for this person, okay? So in this case, I'm gonna look for myself. Here I am, Bobby Davidowitz. This is a search for me, okay? And I'm gonna save this search. Okay, now this search is saved. If I ever wanna go back to this search, I just have to go up here to my matrix, saved searches, and I click on saved searches under my matrix. And now I just look for my name. I'm probably in here multiple times. But these are all the searches that I have for people, and you just find the ones that you inputted for your client. Mine is a little crazy because I've done like a million of these. So the one that I just did is in here somewhere. But you can see like there's ones tied to me that I've done before. Here's one for me, Curry Ford Flip, and these are all searches I can go back to. I need to clear some of these out so I know what's going on. But so now you know that you have it saved. Okay, that's all good. It's currently not going to be sending automatic emails yet to your client. So let's go back to the search that we were on. So let's find the search that we were on. Let's see. Let's go to single family. Oh, it's on the second page, that's why. Okay, single family downtown. Here's our search, okay? Single family downtown, Bobby Davidowitz. Okay, so let's go back to this search and let's go back to the criteria and the results. Okay, so now we go back to this and we go back to our, hold on, take that back. Let's go back here. Finding my search again. Single family downtown. I'm looking for, let's go back to the, rather than criteria, let's go back to results. Okay, so now I'm back at the results. These are the results of my search that I just did, okay? Now, let me go back to save, right? Go back to save. And normally you would do this when you're in your search. I just went back into my matrix to show you where it was saved at. So now I'm going back to that saved search, and I'm going down to the results, and you see the save button again. Go ahead and press that. You see this right here. It says new auto email. This is what you can set your client up to receive emails automatically. So you click auto email, okay? And then you go ahead and put the contact in that this is going to be sent to, okay? And you can have it, you can actually have it CC'd to you if you wanted to, or if you want to CC it to somebody, or blind copy all of the emails to yourself, you can, okay? So now this email is going to be sent to your client. They're going to send them an introductory email that's going to give them instructions on how to look at the properties. And so this is the first email it's going to send. So I might say, downtown homes for you. Smiley face. I like to put smiley face. I don't know. That's what I do. Okay. So you'll see down here that it's already done like a kind of, already set up email for you. Has a template for an email. Per your request, I'm sending a list of properties that match your interests. This first list of property reflects all listings at MLS that match your criteria, right? So it's going to give them the instructions on how to look at all those properties. It's going to send them an initial email. If you want to write something specific, you can. So if I wanted to say something more personal, then I could go ahead and type something in here, okay? So if you keep scrolling down on the page here, it's gonna, you don't really have to do much. All you have to do is on the schedule here, decide how often you want them to receive this email. Now, you could do it on a daily basis at a certain time of day, so they only receive one a day, because properties could be popping up all the time, which means they're gonna get a new email every single time. Or, so you might wanna do it daily. So if you look here, it says daily, all in the morning. So every morning they're gonna get a new email with anything new that has popped up in their criteria in the search you set up for them, okay? It's automatic. This is amazing, okay? Now, if you want them to receive it immediately upon when things pop up, so a new property pops up and they get an email immediately. If you want it, then click ASAP rather than daily, okay? And then you simply press save, and boom, it's done. They're gonna be receiving these emails automatically, okay? So this is how you do it. You set up your criteria, you do your search. I usually save the search first, and then in the same criteria, I save it as a new auto email. So once again, if I were to go back to my matrix, it also has my auto email saved. So you see this right here? Here's where all your auto emails are as well. So here are your saved searches, and here are your auto emails, okay? You can set this up so that you can actually receive notifications every time they favorite a property, because when they receive an auto email, it brings them into your personal portal, and it gives them the option to favorite a property or click a certain thing to say this is a maybe, or whatever the case may be. So go in there, play with it, set it up so that you receive the notification. So immediately you know John Smith, oh, John Smith just like favorited 3 properties. He's on the search, he's looking, right? It's a good time for you to follow up with them. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps you set up your first new auto email and your new saved searches. And if you have any questions, let me know.